Hey everyone, Ricky Chu from Chu's Packaging Supplies here. One of the most frustrating sides of the packaging world is when companies mislabel their products to deceive customers on what they're actually buying. It happens in so many items, but mainly on stretch film. The whole point of companies mislabeling their boxes is to kind of be deceptive against customers so they don't actually know what they're buying or what they're paying for. They're trying to make you think that you're saving money, but in the long run you're actually spending more money. Kind of like an old school bait and switch. I'll give you a couple of examples. This is the super film box for 1880 stretch film. As you can see here, it's clearly labeled 18 inch for the width, 1500 feet for the length, 80 gauge for the thickness, and 33.34 pounds for the weight of the case. Now here are some labels that we've seen and come across over the years. Most of them say 1880, 18 by 80, 18 times 80, or some variation of those numbers, because 1880 is the most commonly used name for stretch film. But over here you see it says 1880R. It doesn't show you the length. It doesn't say anything about that. When we actually measured it, it came out to be 600 feet in comparison to 1500 feet as a standard roll. The second one here just says 18 inches. It doesn't say length. It doesn't say anything else about the information of what's in the box. The rest of the ones that we saw on this list measured out to be 600 feet, 800 feet, or anything less than that. So if you compare that to a regular 1500 foot roll, you're getting half or even less than half. When you think you're actually saving money, you're really not. This is the most recent one we came across. The label just says 18 by 80. Nothing else about length, gauge, weight of the case, anything like that. And when we saw the roll, it was actually really small. Other companies use total square footage, square meters for the whole case because they know nobody's going to spend the time reverse calculating to figure out how much material is on each roll. So like I said, there should be transparency on purchasing products because you're spending your hard-earned money on it and you should know what you're buying. So if someone quotes you and you think you're saving 20 to 30% on price, but you're actually getting 50 to 60% less material, the numbers just don't add up correctly. Resin used to make stretch film is priced by the weight. So you might see a variance of 10%, 15% here and there, depending on who's selling it and where it's coming in from. But if you're seeing something that's 20, 25, 30% less expensive than what you're paying for it, you should throw up a red flag. Because like the old saying says, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. A quick couple ways to tell right off the bat is the weight and the size of the roll. So like I said earlier on the case here, a standard 1880 should weigh around 33, 34 pounds per case. If it's anything less than that, then you're not getting an 1880. A lot of the cases we saw earlier were in the 16 pound range. That's a big difference between 34 and 16 pounds. Another way is visually, it's very simple to tell. Here we have a standard 1880 roll. You can see the size here. And this is one of the short rolls that we've come into. Side by side, that's a major difference. So you might be saving 20% on this, but you're losing 50-60% of material on this one. For more information on our entire stretch film lineup, please visit our website at www.choospkg.com.